All right, and welcome to the gravy train that is AequepaX Racing. We're here with the, I can't be bothered with that. That's the enthusiasm gone. Right, we're here for, what's it called? The GTWEC with AXR Racing, or AequepaX Racing, sorry. I spent myself with that beginning. I didn't know how I was going to start, and I went in hot, and I'm done. So what is it? What is I guess it's the Gran Turismo World Endurance Championship. Well, one has to look back over years and years where a legend called Groot was born. And then you skip forward a little bit and he met a couple of other guys and they decided to become one in the AequepaX Racing. Then they decided to call on other brothers around the realm to come and challenge them in a contest of speed and endurance. And the call was answered by the fastest and the strongest throughout the realm, and they have shown and they have delivered on racing. So here we go then. That's it. That's what we're doing. It's no more than a 4-hour race, no less than a 3-hour race. This one's going to be a 4-hour. It's broken into 2 stints. You're going to hear me jabbering on for a couple of hours trying to explain what these guys are doing out there for 2 hours, and then another lobby will be opened and their brethren in the same team will take over and carry on racing for another 2 hours. All those points are added up between the 2 races and added in one big amazing table where then they will be ranked for position. And at the top of that table, we have SBM featuring SOE with 107 points. Then in second, we have Stocilla Racing with 92 points. Third place, AXR with 85 points. Fourth place, their partner team, sister team, AequepaX Racing on 85 points. They're on exactly the same points. How great is that? Then in fifth place, we have the Humble Guys Racing Holland team, I think, on 84 points. Then we have, I think they're resetting the room for qualifying to start. Where was we up to? 6th, Full Throttle Racing on 75 points. 7th, Trail Breaking Racers on 59 points. In 8th place, the Humble Guys, Humble, on 50 points. Then in 9th, we have Virtual Racers Club Motorsport on 48 points. Then in 10th place, we have Virtual Racers Club Racing on 43 points. So they're fighting it out, duking. And then in 11th, we have Sidemax Motorworks on 38 points. And then in 12th, the Humble Guys Racing for Holland on 23 points. I haven't seen Florist before. Who does Florist race for? I think that's Sidemax Motorworks, I believe. Shadow and I can't read my own writing. Sober Motorsports Rifle, I believe. In a Ford GT, yeah, that looks about right. So Floris in the Sober Motorsports Sidemax Motorworks team. Nibbles, I believe he's in Stocilla. No, he's not. Yes, he is. Stocilla. He's representing for Stocilla Racing in the Alfa Romeo. Waterskin is one of the Humble Guys. He's in just Humble. They're doing well, aren't they? They're 8th in the championship on 50 points. They've got VRC chasing them down. And there we go. This looks like the room reset for a 12-minute qualifier around here. 12 minutes. I know now how long it is. I kept saying 10 minutes, but I did reread the rules. And in the qualifying part, it says 12 minutes. But in the actual race part, it says at 10 to 8, we'll be having a 10-minute qualifying. So they wrote both. But it's 12 minutes. Mind August in the chat saying, hello and good luck, everyone. And Evil Dragon saying, a rotary not there? Question mark. I can't see a rotary. How many we got there then? We got 10. 11 if you count Noxie when he rees up. Are they qualifying now? Well, Waterskin's going out for the Humble Guys in the McLaren, I believe that is. Let me get the info up. Now, I don't know a lot about... Oh, no, he's gone back in. Noirs is out there. He's for the humble guys in the Supra. Floris, we've got inside Max Motorworks, I think they're called. Nibbles for Stosilla. Haza is the trail-breaking racers guys. Corey is one of the humble guys. Who does Rotary actually drive for? He's in the Full Throttle Racing, so we're looking for a GT. Ford GT. Do you know what? I don't know if they're here. I don't know if Full Throttle have made it, or I can't see them on my screen, so I'm not sure. And Frequency saying good luck everyone, gonna need it around the streets of Tokyo. Didn't look which one, but it doesn't really matter what configuration, it's hard. So Noirs, sorry, I was having a little drinky poos. Oh, this is taking me ages tonight. I was getting good at this last week, but I think having a week or so off. He's with the humble guys, Racing Team Holland, who are in 5th in the championship on 84 points, just a point behind AequepaX Racing. Yeah, I've got slow. I was getting good at it when we did it a couple of weeks. Dane in the chat saying, let's go. Good evening, AequepaX. Always love your stream. Oh, that's really nice of you. So, Noirs then. He's out there. He's on a hot lap now. Let's watch a hot lap, shall we? See what it's like. I don't know how far through we're on. We're nearly at the end of it now. Oh, this is weird, isn't it? His out lap was 30 seconds because the pit stops in halfway around the track. Oh, that really messes me up when they start pitting, because it really confuses me because they're halfway around the lap when they pit. Oh, someone's just joined the room, but that's all right. They've still got a chance to get in. I don't know if they've got a chance to do the setup. I don't know how it works with the setup, how long they've got to put it in. But that's smooth round there for Noirs, isn't it? That's delicious. And a little dab on the brakes down to 3rd. And is this the final? Yeah, this is the straight. To get my bearings with this track, it's got so many definitions of it. And I never know which one we're racing at. So he's starting a new lap. He got pole with that lap, but no one else has crossed the line yet. So he's the fastest of himself so far. And, going down the hill, slide to the left, flooring it all the way. Very long, isn't it? They've got their own setups here. And then, past the 100-meter mark, it seemed like he braked, got it down into 2nd gear, swinging it around the industrial estate or the dockyard, whatever this place is. Getting right out there, no dodgy drug deals this time around. And then heading up the hill for a right-hander down to 4th. Lovely. Car's smooth, isn't it? He's got it on the rails there. Oh, full damage here. Full damage in the settings, so you don't want to clout those walls too hard. Since he's gone across the line, Niddles has put it in pole, and Joker has gone 2nd for the AXR guys. On board with Noirs. I think he's bailed out of this lap though. I don't know, he's still on it, but it's so weird, the lag or whatever it is, where it just looks like it's on a track from the stream. It's not that jolty for them when they're driving. I think it's just a stream thing, but it really does make it look a bit jolty, doesn't it? So Noir then, I don't know, someone went faster than him, but didn't. And he's got purple, so it's not that bad of a lap. I thought it was a bit, he hit the wall, and yeah, I don't think we're getting a true representation, to tell you the truth. Oh, and Ash has left the room, so he wasn't going to come and take part. Again with a knock, but I don't think we're seeing what's actually happening. See, gets another pole. Oh no, 2nd behind Nibbles. Yeah, that looks a bit jolty, but I'm sure it's not like that for him. And so Nibbles for the Stosilla Racing has put it on pole so far, with Noirs in 2nd place. Then we've got Groot for the AequepaX Racing, is it for him? Yes, AequepaX Racing team in the Supra. Out there for 4th so far, ahead of his teammates in the sister team in the Mazda. And Joker. Then, oh no, Kevin just disappeared. Haza has just put it up at the top, and Forza has put it in there. Wow, a full change around at the top with Haza for trail brake racers. Oh, shocking. I'm so sorry. I haven't had a drop, I swear. So Haza's put it in pole by a 10th from Floris, who's stepped into the Side Max team. Then Joker for the AequepaX Racing, AXR, they're down as, in the Mazda. So the Mazdas are doing well, because it's a Mazda that trail braking are using. And Floris in the GT, Ford GT. Sideways round there, it looks like, with the weird pictures we're getting back from the screen, from the track. Nibbles then down to 4th, but he won't be wanting to wait around for that in his Alfa Romeo. He'll be on a run now. It looks fast as he blares it up the road. Heavy on the brakes into the hairpin, where the pits is, I believe. And I think pit stops, it's a short pit lane, very short, so I think we'll see not so much strategy this evening, because I think they'll just, when the tyres get old, it's not going to cost them a lot to change them. So I think we'll see a lot of pit stops this evening. I think there's not going to be a lot of mind games on the strategy. It's a short pit stop. It doesn't cost much to go in. So I think this is going to be like a sprint race. I think this is going to be 2 hours of all out going for it. Nibbles up to 3rd, unable to find the time on Floris, who goes pole now. And Sidemax have brought in a ringer, boys. Floris is on it. Excuse me. Haza then 2nd on the grid. Nibbles 3rd so far. We're 8 minutes in. We've only got 4 more minutes to go. Groot 4th at the moment. Joker in 5th. Then we have Noirs for the Humble Guys down in 6th. Kevin in 7th. Championship leader, championship leading team, is in 7th with Digital Blasphemy for the VRC guys in 8th place. Corey 9th. Noxie in 10th for the VRC boys in his Porsche. And Waterskin in the McLaren in 11th for the Humble Guys. So Florence, man alive, Florence is flying. Sorry, I'm concentrating. Trying to share the Discord. Not share the Discord, share the stream. If you get what I mean. For the VRC guys. Found it. Here we go. 2 more seconds, I'll be back with you. I can't do 2 things at once. See, it's tough. It's tough for me. Now we'll get back to YouTube. What a shambles. Sorry, guys. So he's going purple anyway, Floris. I'm watching the right person, because he's going to go and put it on pole again. This would help Sidemax Motorworks, which I think they worked themselves off of the last place last week. Or last round. It wasn't last week. Jeez, we haven't had a race in November, I don't think. It was a long time ago. Worked their way off of the bottom of the pole. Oh, he gets purples, but it hasn't put him in pole. That's odd. Nibbles. They're at the same time, that's why. Oh, isn't that lovely? Nibbles with a 1:53.501 and Floris a 53.501, but Nibbles posted it first, so Nibbles gets the pole with Floris going into 2nd with the pole time. That is mind-blowing, man. That's awesome stuff. And the Binks in the chat saying broken GT7, Floris on pole, but fastest lap, says Haza. Yeah, they've got the same lap time, and I think Nibbles posted it first, so he's got the pole. Floris is 2nd with exactly the same time. Haza is in 3rd, and he's only a 10th off of those guys. And they've got 2 more minutes. Oh, Haza's getting purples now. The fuel is dropping. Haza's looked after those tyres a lot nicer than Floris has. And Nibbles. Oh, Haza is in with a shout here for pole with a brand new set of tyres, it seems, on that. Oh, he's been in, that's why. He looks like on lap 4 he went in for a little pit stop so he can have a good run at the end here. Groot is over at the side of the road. He's done. And with fourth, Joker's chasing that fourth. I've not even looked really to see who's... Oh, it's all right. Who's going to cross the line first then? It looks like Flores will be the first to cross the line on an older set of tyres, which I think Haase is in with a better shout. So Flores then coming around the final corner, his final attempt to try and nudge that pole a little further away from Nibbles, and I don't think he's going to do anything. Haase does get the pole with the fresher tyres. Excuse me, I'm allergic to Haase getting pole. So Haase gets the pole by half a second from Flores, who did not go faster on that lap. Nibbles also not going faster. Groot pulled over. Joker comes around. He's getting another lap now. I think it cuts off at 12 minutes, and I think that's it then. He didn't get Groot's position in fourth, so he starts fifth. Noirs looks like he gets sixth place. We're past 12 minutes. I don't think any of these are counting, are they? Digital Blasphemy is down by a tenth on his own lap, and he only needs... okay, no, there you go. Oh, well. Mindor saying nice. Bandit saying good evening. Mindor saying same lap times. Bandit saying Flores joint fast as your seatbelt. He's very quick. It's going to be good. Oh, sorry. It puts you in car, so I'm going to have to quit out. I am so sorry for the shoddiness of GT7. Then I've got to do the replays right in the way. I mean, the replays, there you go. So now we're into the race, and Haase has had a great start there from Flores. And we've got Nibbles right in there as well. Joker did get the jump on Groot for fourth place. Noir started sixth. He's still in sixth. And now we've got Digital Blasphemy edging his way in there. And Groot slipped. No, he stays sixth. No, now they've got Groot. They've got the Supras alongside each other. Racing happening all over the place. And we're trying to keep an eye on it. Kevin's trying to make a move up the inside in the Supra. And Noxie's gone a little wide there, which has given Waterskin the place. And Digital Blasphemy's out wide as well, with a huge amount of damage on the first lap. Damage for Noxie. It is disaster for the VRC boys. Waterskin making it through there, getting a couple of places. Up into ninth place with Corey. Driving strong in eighth. Groot down in seventh. He's got damage as well. Look, he's there on the toe of Kevin and Noirs, but he's got damage as well. He was in that fight with Digital Blasphemy. Then you've got Kevin in sixth. Noirs has got damage from behind as well, and he's struggling. Oh my word, Tokyo is taking some punishment today, with Joker in fourth, setting chase for Nibbles, who's a little bit behind Flores, who's going to go for a move on Haase, and Flores up the inside of the hairpin for Side Max, and he doesn't get it done, and Haase stays ahead. And to tell you the truth, we didn't really see a true picture with all the lagging and stuff that's happening. It's tough to see how that looked, but I bet it looked absolutely brilliant. And Flores then in second, and now he's defending from Nibbles. Nibbles attack after Flores was on the attack, but Flores pulls away a little bit. Joker just behind these guys, getting ready in the Supra to pounce. Kevin's got himself past Noir. I think Noir pitted. I think a few of them pitted. I think they had to. With the damage that they picked up, it's got to be better than going around. So Joker in fourth. Then we've got Kevin now up into fifth, staying out of trouble. Corey is in sixth for the Humble guys in the McLaren. Great drive for Corey. I didn't see where he qualified, but he's come through nicely. Waterskin now up into seventh. Beautiful stuff. Noxie didn't decide to go in and fix that front diffuser or splitter, so he's going to have to drive around with a little bit of downforce missing out the front. Noirs did go in, it seems, fixed whatever, and now he's back out there. He didn't change tyres or anything, but it's definitely the damage is fixed, what was on his car. Groot's been in, he's fixed it. He might have put new tyres on and topped up with fuel, and Digital Blasphemy has been in, fixed it, and put new tyres and fuel on. 10 seconds behind Groot. Groot's 5 seconds behind Noxie. Noxie's half a second behind Noir. I think Noir's just got past Noxie. Might have been a mistake, Noxie not going in and fixing that. We'll see. We'll see how he gets on. Noir's then back up to 8th, chasing down Waterskin, who's 7 seconds ahead of him, who's only 5 seconds behind Corey. Corey's going well. Kevin then, he's 2 seconds ahead of Corey, and he's chasing down Joker, who's 2 seconds ahead of him. Very tight. Then we've got Nibbles, who's under fire from Joker. Joker's going for the move up the inside. And he's done it. Beautiful stuff there from Joker in the Mazda. The Mazdas do look strong here, and Nibbles in the Alpha trying to come back at him. Having a look up the inside, but there's no inside there. There's no inside here. It's Tokyo. It's wall, car. Small gap, wall, car. So there is no, there's not many opportunities. Oh, that was a very bouncy lag spike. Oh, I should start rating them. That one was a 7 out of 10 for suddenly just smashing into the wall and then being right again. Great stuff. RateMyLag.com. So Haase then leads this race, and he's pulled a bit of time out, 1.1 seconds on Flores. That's the toe, although I've heard the toe not so strong in GT7. In the chat then, Dane saying, wow, what a first lap. It was mega, wasn't it? And then Bandit saying, Flores is a top split driver. There you go. And Bandit is, he drives against the best of the world. So Sidemax have got themselves a ringer in. Flores is there, and he's waiting. He's biding his time behind Haase, I imagine. Haase, though, great start in the Mazda. Off he goes. Off you pop. You finish flying freaking alien. And Flores chasing after him. Then Joker has made that place up from Nibbles. We saw that. We did see that. Then Kevin in 5th. They're the championship leaders at the moment. And Kevin, he just has to place well. And Caliber will do the work, do the work in the next one, because no one can touch Caliber. You can't touch this. Then we've got the Corey. It's THG Corey, but it does look like the Corey, doesn't it? Which makes me giggle. Makes me think it's rude. Hello, Corey. Corey. Maybe it's only in England Corey's like a name for your Johnson, but yeah, in the UK Corey is another word for our junk. So yeah, that's funny in the UK, that name. But he's not. What's not funny is how well he's driving. 6th place so far in the McLaren, doing an awesome job. He's a Canadian wonder, and he's chasing down the Belgium Kevin, but Kevin's done 154 last time around. He's just about to plant a 154 in as well. Lovely and consistent. Only 2 seconds behind Nibbles. He's there in a shout, and I think Corey's dropped back a little bit from Kevin. He's done a 56 and a 55. Needs to pick that pace up if he wants to catch up Kevin, although he is using less fuel. So maybe fuel is going to be a contender here. Noir has he's done not much else really. He's stayed in 7th. He got past Noxie, and so has Groot and Waterskin now. Oh no, Waterskin's been overtaken. Oh, Waterskin's picked himself up some damage. So Waterskin looks like he's made a mistake. He's picked up some damage. Noxie's still carrying the damage, and he did a 59 last time around. So maybe he's learning to drive around whatever he's picked up. And Digital Blasphemy picked up a big bit of damage, and he's doing a lot faster lap times than Noxie, so he'll be catching Noxie up pretty soon. But Waterskin's got to make a decision when he gets past the pit lane, whether or not to fix that one or crack on. In the chat then, Bandit. Oh, he's already said that. He drives against the best in the world. I think I read that one. I thought you were racing Bandit in the Black Flag stuff. Oh, that's delicious. I'm having a bit of coffee, sorry. Coffee moment while Waterskin makes a decision on what to do with that car. It looks like he's all right. He's 6 seconds behind Groot. I think he's losing time. Groot's chasing down Noir. Groot changed his tyres, you see, and put in a little bit of fuel. So Noir's probably feeling them tyres now. He's probably wishing he changed them. Corey, 6, he's definitely losing time on Kevin, but oh, I thought Kevin was going slow for a second then. Nibbles 7 tenths behind Joker. He's coming back on the attack, getting a toe down the straight, even though I've heard the toe's not that strong on GT7. He's looking for something as we chase down Joker. He's in a great 3rd place at the moment. To remember, this is 2 hours long, so all this racing is unnecessary. They can wait until the end for all of this. Dane in the chat saying box, Waterskin, box. And COVID? I don't know. I ain't got my glasses on. It looks like it says cold waters. Maybe that says go THG Corey. I wasn't slating it, honestly. It's a username's a username, and Corey, I know, is like an actual name for people in America. They've got like Corey Feldman and stuff like that, but I don't know where along the world, but at some point in the UK, Corey is slang for your bits. And that's not, I know it's only probably UK based, but that's the truth, I'm afraid. So Nibbles then chasing down Joker. Gets close in the under braking in the Alfa Romeo. And it's looking like the Mazda a bit slower through the corner, and it gives the Alfa Romeo a chance to close the gap, but it's when they're on the straights, even with the toe, I don't think Nibbles is managing to get any inroads done on Joker. Meanwhile, Flores 1.5 seconds behind Haase. Haase's got the fastest lap of the race so far. Did a 53.2 his last time around, and Flores has used a little bit more fuel up than Haase, so it's not like he's staying behind him just to save fuel. This is a straight out battle, I think, between the two of them, and the tyres, Haase's used his tyres a little more than Flores. 53.0 for Haase last time around, Flores a 53.1. It's very tight between the two leaders, with Joker then 9/10. He's pulled away from Nibbles again. I think the Mazda down the straight is just enough to stay away from the guy behind. Cold Water saying ha 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 ha. Frequency saying Alpha Power. Dane says the Corey is doing well. THG Johnson GT. Bandit saying I got my night shift. I drive the 17th on Daytona for Noxie. Oh, there you go. So, and Cold Water saying ha 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 Dane. So there you go. Nibbles in the Alpha. He's trying to chase down that Mazda, but I just think the Mazda straight lining it. It's just, I don't think the Alpha's got it in a straight line, has it? His power is in the corners. But yet he chases on, tries to get that toe. Again, look, closing into the braking zones. The Alpha is formidable. It's unbelievable. And through the corners, it's all up in the Mazda's business. But as soon as you get an open bit of road, that Mazda is away. It really is. And the Alpha is left scratching its head down the straights on what to do about that Mazda. He's got to outthink it. He's not going to outstraight it. So Flores then 1.8 seconds behind Haase. Further back, water skin. He must have, no, it doesn't look like he's come in and fixed it, but he's dropped to the back. See, this is why he probably should have come in and fixed it, because he would have been at the back anyway, but his car would have been better. Noxie, oh no, Noxie has died. No, he hasn't. That lag was 9 out of 10. That was 9 out of 10 for great laggage there, because the car was stationary, parked in a barrier, and in fact, he's actually going faster than he's gone before. So that was a 9 out of 10 for lag. Beautiful stuff. Big spike. Great. Crazy lag. Oh, and he's still driving around with that damage, so it's all good. Maybe that was just a shot of how he got the damage. Shadow saying, wishing the drivers good luck from Brazil. Jesse saying, been a while, guys. Nice to see you still hitting it. A lot closer to you at the moment. Shout out from Saudi Arabia. Wow, there you go. And Dane saying, he stopped for a brew. Haha. Yeah, I don't know. That was definitely a great bit of lag from Noxie, or from GT7, should I say? Digital Blast me. Then he's got past it. Noxie. We saw he was behind at the both Waterskin and Noxie, so he's got by them. But he's 16 seconds behind Groot. He can't live with the pace of Groot, but he's looking after his tyres and his fuel a lot better. Groot's virtually used those tyres. Now remember, these tyres are still usable all the way up till there's virtually no white left. I get carried away because I've been so used to GT Sport, where on GT Sport they'd be done, but it's different on GT7. They can use all of that white before they really are done, and then when they're done, they are done. So Group Still got plenty of tyre there, but he is using it quicker than Digi is using his. I think Digital Blasphemy acts like he's paid for him himself, because he really does look after a set. Noirs getting through his set of softs quite nicely, and it's getting a bit cloudy. I don't know if there is rain. This is just a random weather, and that could... No, it's too blue in the sky. Too blue. But I think it's on a random weather, so there is every chance it could just absolutely drizzle down at any point. So I didn't even give that a thought. I got all excited about it at the Spa because I was expecting it, and virtually spoke about it all through the stream. Every time it got a little darker, I was like, ooh, is it rain? But I'm not getting carried away. There could be rain because it's in the random thing, but so far we haven't seen rain. I don't think the random thing likes it. I think the game knows it will crash if it lets one drop of rain hit the ground. Its processor will just die. So it dare not put that much strain on what's going on already. I mean, it's struggling with 11 cars. Meant to be, you can have 16 cars in here, but even with 11 cars, it's struggling. It is shocking. Pushing technology. Look, I'm not going to slag the game off for 2 hours. It's not right. So Haase then 1.4 seconds ahead of Flores. Just under half a tank for Haase of fuel. He has looked after that fuel tank quite nicely in the Mazda, whereas Flores, he's just above a quarter of a tank, and he's staying with Haase though. Interesting stuff, how it's going to turn out between these two. They've pulled away from Nibbles. Oh, Nibbles has got past Joker. I apologise. I have missed something huge, because Nibbles, and it just looked like it was just too much of a struggle for him down the straights to make an impact on that Mazda, and either Joker has made a whopping mistake, which he hasn't because his lap times are all good, then it's just got to be that his tyres still look okay though, not as good as Nibbles though, do they? And Nibbles maintaining that 53-54 lap time, whereas Joker has now slipped into the 55s and now slipped into 4th place. And Kevin coming alive, look at that, 5th place, but only 3.5 seconds behind 4th. And this race is far from over. We're 16 minutes into a 2-hour race, and there is lots to come yet. Corey then, whoa, giving it some welly around the big double, triple, quadruple apex corner, and it's looking great in that little McLaren. Tyres look good, fuel looks good. Corey's going on a great strat at the moment. Kevin's down to a quarter of a tank and some last dreams and hopes with his tyres, where Corey, he's got a good solid half a set of tyres going on there and some good fuel, but he is being caught by a Noir and Terrace, who's really coming to the end of the life of his tyres, but he's still managing 54s, so he's not too concerned for that. And he's got a quarter of a tank of fuel. He's 3.5. So, first pit stopper. There he goes, Joker. That's the answer to our question. It was the tyres. And that puts Kevin up into 4th place. And even though his tyres, or his left side tyres, really, more than anything, are looking pretty burnt out, he's sticking with it. He did a 55.2 last time around, so he's still got grip and he's still got speed. Corey then up into 5th now, 55.7, but he has got Noirs right on his case, and Noirs has really got to seriously ask himself, does he want to try and make this move? Oh, it looks like Noir is really struggling with grip there. He's sliding around. It's laggy. It might not be true, but it does look like he lost ground to Corey as well through that set of corners. And this is the start straight, so they don't come in here. But yeah, I honestly think Noirs, he might have to have a very serious consideration about pitting. And that's Joker coming out just behind him with a brand new set of tyres, 3/4 of a tank of fuel, 7th place ahead of his teammate who had to go in for repairs, who's made his way up to 8th, Digital Blasphemy in 9th, Noxie 10th, and Water to Noxie's done very well. With a damaged car, he saved a lot of fuel and looked after his tyres, and he's going to be doing a lot less pit stopping than those around him, I think. With Digital Blasphemy also looking after tyres and fuel. Whereas Groot is going to be in very soon. Joker, it doesn't cost you a lot for a pit stop though, 20 seconds it looks like. That cost Joker. And Corey. It's a lovely little battle here between Noir, Corey and Joker. Joker with the fresher tyres, looking to get the move done as Floris and Haase both come into the pits. I don't know if they've made a move on the track, but it's showing them as Floris ahead of Haase. And Nibbles takes over the lead. Kevin goes into second place. We're sat on board with 7th place Joker, who, yeah, I suppose, and they're back out. Kevin is ahead of Haase, but Haase is back out ahead of Floris, sorry. There goes Joker past Noir, because Noir has put it into the pits. He's decided to put it into the pits, and they got past Corey, all in that sort of one move. Beautiful stuff. Corey's decided to stay out, and why wouldn't he? His tyres still look okay. Groot's also put it into the pits, so we're in that pit stop phase. And it's looking rather grey and dull out there. Maybe these guys will want to hang it out a little bit longer just to see. But they've got the radars, which we don't know what it says on their radar. So Corey giving it some lag as he goes around. Beautiful stuff, isn't it, really? Excuse me. So Nibbles is now our leader. His rear tyres are looking pretty spent. And then Kevin having a secretly great race there, car 50. Fuel's flashing now though, so he'll be coming in at the midway through this lap. It's so bizarre, that pit stop. And Nibbles, I don't know, Nibbles has got a good lap or two still left. Is it worth staying out there? Haase got in, got out, got new tyres, got a good amount of fuel, stayed ahead of Floris, put more fuel in it now. That is something that could come his way later in the race, but it's left a bigger gap between him and Haase, with Floris being at the pit stops longer than Haase. But we have seen a few of them have just put 3/4 of a tank in, maybe for weight on to give the tyres a better, easier go. So Nibble, because Kevin has not pitted yet, and Kevin also in, so Joker could be promoted 2 places back into 3rd place. It's where, if there is an undercut here, he did get stuck behind some cars though. That might have cost him time against Nibbles. And no, Nibbles is out, and Joker did lose a little bit too much time getting through that traffic. Is that Nibbles ahead of him? It is then. Well, it was barely nothing. And Joker goes ahead with momentum and tyre warmth and all of that larky. So he didn't lose anything. Joker is back up ahead of 3rd, with Nibbles down in 4th place now. Corey 5th. And still he has fuel with life on tyres. So Corey is having an absolute stunner at the moment. Kevin comes out in 6th ahead of Noir. 11 seconds ahead of Noir, and Noir still be in pain over that early damage. And I imagine it wasn't his fault, because it looked like it was from behind. So I think he got shunted. And Groot, I think something, because it looked like Groot's Digital Blasphemy and Noir were all quite close together. I mean, and they all seem to get damaged at the same time, and Noxie. So, Noxie's got new damage. He's pitted, and now he's trying out what the rear damage feels like in his car. Oh, you can actually see the damage, can you? So, yeah, poor Nox. He's doing a cracking job in the VRC. He's Friday night. I'm pretty sure he's leading champion at the moment, but not taking to the Porsche around here at Tokyo. Seems to keep clipping a wall or something. But he's ahead of Waterskin, who's also been in for a pit. But he's got a clean car, so he might be able to have a good run at Noxie. With Digital Blasphemy chasing down Groot. He's not too far behind the 2 Supras. 3 Supras. It's all the Supras there in 7th, 8th and 9th. Kevin then, he's chasing Corey 5 seconds. Corey yet to pit. He's gone for a very long stint here, and he's come in now with 23 minutes. Kevin goes through, chasing now Nibbles, 9 seconds adrift. Nibbles behind Joker, come out the pits, just ahead of him, but didn't have the oomph, the momentum or the tyre warmth to stay with Joker. But Joker, a couple of laps He's pitted earlier than Nibbles, so his tyres will be going off a lot sooner. He's on half a tank, so he's a lot lighter than Nibbles as well. It's an interesting battle between those two for the rest of this race. Flores has lost another second to Haza. Haza getting the fastest lap with a 1:52.9. And this really is going to put trail-breaking racers. If he can get this win done, that's going to really sort of put them up the table. With Full Throttle Racing not attending this first race, I don't know if they'll be in the second stint, but with them not being here, not scoring at all, that's going to give trail-breaking racers a chance to move at least ahead of Full Throttle. And Racing Team Holland, which I think is Noir, down in 6th. This is going well for the Finnish team. Flores as well, a great injection of points, especially with VRC Motorsport and VRC Racing. Further down the grid, pack, that's going to put Side Max right into the heart of that little battle further down the table. Joker, solid run for AXR. Usually Robbo or Illusion and Joker make up their drivers. They're sat 3rd in the table, 85 points, behind Stosilla, who he's racing with on track. Nibbles is racing for Stosilla, so yeah, they're duking it out. And AXR really could do with the points. They could do with someone getting ahead of Nibbles. And Nibbles, he wants to. The Stosilla are chasing down SBM, who are there in 5th. So the table is alive in this race. It really is. Digital Blasphemy going in. He's used his tyres up. Corey must have pitted before him, because there's Corey out in 8th behind Groot, 11 seconds. Full tank racing softs. Groot has caught up. Noir looks like he's struggling. No, Noir's got fresh tyres on. It's just that lag. It throws you off. I don't know if they're hitting the wall or not. It looks like they're hitting the wall, but I don't think they really are in reality. But Noir getting that early damage in the race, and that's put him on the back foot. He qualified quite well. So did Groot. They're out of position really. Kevin's gained the most from all of that. So Noir Antares and Groot, I imagine, are aiming at the Subaru ahead of him. It's 10 seconds. He's just on a 1:53.9. Noir 54.0. Groot doing a 54.2. Corey then 8th. He's got an interesting strategy going on. He's going long runs. That could put the McLaren in good stead come the end of the race, if it all times out nicely for him. We'll have to see. Digital Blasphemy, another one that got a little damage earlier in the race. Had to go in and fix it, come back out. This fight is with Groot. I'd say with Groot and Noir, but they've been able to go further. I think they pitted earlier than Digi. I think he's tried to stretch that out a bit, maybe lost a bit of time to those he was racing up ahead. Noxie, he had to drive the first stint with a bit of damage, and now he's driving the second stint with a bit of rear damage. And he's ahead of Waterskin, we saw, pick up a bit of damage and now get lapped by Haza. Haza is unstoppable today here at the... but not great from Waterskin, got in the way a little bit. Haza, 4.7 seconds. He'll be screaming in his helmet, get out the way. Move. Oh, sorry, no, he's finished. They don't scream, do they? He just say, get out the way. Can you get out the way, please? You're in my way. So Haza leads from Flores. And Flores doing a super job for Side Max Motor Works, but I imagine he fancies having that win, and at the moment he's not getting much out of it. He's also coming up to the same back marker, but Waterskin not getting in the way as much. Oh, possibly. And got Waterskin there in the way a little bit. Joker and Nibbles, that battle continues, but Joker has got him off at the moment. 2.3 seconds. Nibbles with the fresher tyres. Joker came in earlier, but he's getting 53.6s out of his car, but he's using up fuel, where it looks like Nibbles is trying to save the fuel a little bit. He's staying in the realm of late 53s, early 54s. We know he can go faster because he was racing Joker earlier, but I think now he's trying to stretch out his stints a little bit, where Joker is just racing to the next pit stop. To hell with fuel, he says. I'm going for it. 54.1 for Joker last time. 54.6 from Nibbles. Flores, 53.8, chasing down Haza, 53.5, but I think both of them had to get past Waterskin that lap. Kevin, 54.4, and he has lost a little bit of time to Noir, but not a real major amount of time. And I think Kevin, he's got the pace to keep position. He might not have been able to get up there with qualifying, but definitely on track. He's got the pace on Noir to cover him off. I think is the way it is. In the chat, Adam saying, hoping the THG guys do well. I know Waterskin is in discomfort with his eyes right now. Ah, bless him. That'll be why then. You didn't see him coming. So yeah, Waterskin is having a tough time of it out there. He's got an ailment. If he changes out the bong water every now and again, that helps. So Joker then has come across a Waterskin who's struggling with his. He's got an issue with his eyes. Laser treatment, maybe. And it's not too bad for Joker. Not too bad. Nibbles chasing him down, and it's tighter now. It's helping Nibbles out a little bit. It's crap when you're getting overtaken, though. I've been in that position. Oh, Brands Hatch, man. Brands Hatch, I was having an absolute diabolical one. And the lead cars had caught me up, and I kept having to slow down and let them pass. And it just felt like there was one car after the next. I'm sure by the time I'd let half the field through, the leader was back round again, and we were doing the whole process over again, with me having to lift and let them by. And it was just like, for the rest of the race, it was dull and awful, and I hated every second of it. I think I went into the pits in the end, just sat in the pits. It was a nightmare. So you got to feel for Waterskin. If he's not 100%, and now suddenly he's trying to get on with his race. He's trying to catch Noxie up. It's not terrible. It's not out of reach. We're only an half hour in to a 2-hour race, and Noxie is carrying damage, although he's getting lovely 58s out of that Porsche. So Waterskin, he's got a lot to race for. He's just pitted, and he wants to get some lap times down, because he's still in the race there, but he's having to pull over for all these pesky aliens that are too fast for their own good. So I feel for Waterskin there. He's doing a fantastic job. Haza is leading this race against Flores, who's lost a little bit more time too. Haza, and it's a tough one there. I think Flores is trying to look after his fuel. I don't know, 53.8, 53.4 from Haza. It's a tight battle between the Ford and the Mazda out there in the lead, and it's a tough one to call. I think Flores is sitting back a little. I think he's got better pace than that, but I think he's sitting back and trying to eke out a bit of fuel, one stop less, possibly. With Joker 1.6 seconds ahead of Nibbles, and he's looking at a pit stop very soon, is Joker, where Nibbles is good to go for half a tank's worth. So, ooh, and it's looking sloppy in the Mazda, or the lag. I'm not sure which one it is, but he was looking like he was squirming a little bit through that, and I know it's a fast part, but let's see, a 54.0 now. He won't squirm in too much. It's a good lap time. His tyres aren't even really that worn for how much the tyres can go here. It's that fuel he's going to have to readdress, as Nibbles 1.5 seconds behind with a load more fuel. He's in a good position, is Nibbles. Still Racing Oh, Kevin's picked up a bit of damage, and Noir and Terrace will like that. He'll like that a lot. Knowing that Kevin is got an element ahead of him. Corey has got himself past Groot. How has that? Oh, Groot's been in, I think. Groot's gone in for a little freshen up. He's been in on lap 16 to pick up new boots. A little bit of fuel, and that's moved Corey up. We saw Corey going very long. Very long. He had a very long Corey in the first stint. So his tyres are all right. He's got half a tank of fuel, but Groot's had to come in and pick up new boots, bit of fuel, and digital blasphemy. We saw pit in earlier, and he's 27 seconds adrift of Groot now. Big jobs ahead for Digi Blasphemy. Noxie now being caught by the leaders and trying to get out of the way, and that's a shame because he was doing some beautiful 58s. He was on a good one. He's only 22 seconds behind Digital Blasphemy, so it's not a lost causes race. We're only 30 minutes. There's still an hour and a half to go in this race, and with all these walls and barriers everywhere, it only takes one drop of concentration to damage your car. So there's all sorts could still happen, and will do. I promise you, lots to come. Now we're getting a bunch of pit stops. Who was that? Who pitted then? It's Kevin. Kevin's gone in. He's gone in. He probably didn't need to. He's gone in to fix that. My gosh. He's filling up, though. It's a really weird pit stop, isn't it? Inside. It looks like my local Tesco. I'm sure I've parked there before. So Kevin then back out. Ahead of Corey. Corey, I think it was Kevin he was aiming for. And he doesn't quite get him with that earlier stop from Kevin. He's topped right up, put new boots on, fixed his damage. And Corey there, 1.7 seconds. Set chase, Corey. Go after him, bud. Groot then in 8th, ahead of Digital Blasphemy, and Noxie in 10th, Waterskin in 11th. Haza 6.4 seconds now ahead of Floris. Floris must be doing fuel saving. I don't know, maybe it's the tyres on the GT, but he doesn't seem to have the pace in this second stint that he had in the first stint on Haza. Nibbles doing a cracking job. Joker had to pit, and that's given Noir's the place, but Noir's tyres are absolutely chewed up in that Supra, and Joker's come back out the pits just behind Noir, and he means business. He needs to get by and get on with some lap times, because his battles with Nibbles today for that final podium position. No one's touching the Dutchman and the Finn up ahead. Then in the chat we've got Dane saying, oh, I love brands. Dane saying Waterskin has, oh god, retinopathy. It's a lifelong problem that could take his sight. Oh, gutted. But he is under treatment that can slow and possibly stop it. And Dane saying, how do you know he's long, Corey? I saw it myself. Really long. So Joker chasing down Noir here, and Noir's tyres are absolutely spent in that Supra, so it's going to be a tough one. I think he's going to be in as soon as he can, and Joker is all up in his business. And is he going to get by down the straight easily? I imagine easily dispenses away with the Humble Guys entrant, who drops down into 5th place, but his tyres are in a dismal state. Kevin out there ahead of Corey. Corey's lost a bit of time to Kevin, I think, since last seeing him. Groot 6.7 seconds, and he's still shuffling around this race. Digital Blasphemy 30 seconds adrift from Groot, 26 seconds. He's pulled a bit of time out from Noxie, but I think, look, yeah, Noxie's pulled it into a 57. He must have grabbed the toe of the leaders as they come by. But yeah, 57.7 for Noxie. Digital Blasphemy at 56.0. Noxie driving with that damage, remember, he was sticking to the 58s. I think he was fuel saving as well, going for long stints. Don't know if that's the way to go here. It's such a short pit lane. I don't think there's much gain from doing the long stints, but Corey's giving it a go, and so is Nibbles. So who am I to say what? Joker 21 seconds behind. It's about 20 seconds a pit stop, but it's just going to be a length of time versus how many pit stops, I suppose. is where the gain is. I mean, length of track, so... Got Nibbles 8 seconds behind Floris. Floris 54.1 last time around. His tyres are pretty spent. He's got a little bit of fuel left. And hard 54.3, going a bit slower than Floris. So Haase is definitely going to be in on this lap. I think Floris might follow him in. I don't think it's pointless staying out for with those tyres. Nibbles still got a bit of fuel to go. He's going to be out for a little while yet. Joker, and someone's pitted on it. Noir's been in. Noir's come in and he's out ahead of Corey. Corey can't believe it. He's on a great strategy and people keep coming out the pits ahead of him. That shouldn't be happening. And Corey getting, I imagine, truly frustrated. First of all, seeing Kevin coming out ahead of him, and now Noir on terrace. That shouldn't be happening. He's on a good strategy. And poor Corey. Groot, it worked on Groot though. He got out ahead of Groot. Groot come out behind him. But Groot though, he's on a good push. 54.1's going at nearly a second. 2 seconds that last lap, faster than Corey. So Corey, even though he's saving good fuel and doing a good long stint each stint, it's costing him on track. I think it's costing him too much time on track. The cars around him are just sort of getting around. Haase, as predicted, into the pits. Does Floris? No, Floris did not follow him in. Floris is going to go for another lap on that tyre. And Nibbles obviously wasn't expecting him to pit. He goes and puts a lap on Noxie and sits in second place. Solid drive from Nibbles so far. Haase back out the pits in third ahead of Joker. Kevin there fifth. I'm telling you, Kevin's done a cracking little job. He didn't do very well in qualifying. I don't think that Subaru is out and out pace, but he's driven a good strategy. People have had problems ahead of him, and he's got himself into fifth place there. It's great stuff. In the chat, Adam saying, I've given THGTS040 a 2-race ban for dropping the car 3 times at Bathurst. So it's Sonam next after Noir. Sonam's hot, man. He's hot stuff. And Binko saying, these guys are jumping about. I'm going to look like I'm jumping in different postcodes every microsecond. It's not great, Binks, I've got to admit, but I don't know if it's connection. It shouldn't be my connection, I don't think. I just think some tracks are a bit sort of shadier than others, and I think Tokyo is one of the shadier ones for laggy looking. So Floris, he's definitely going to be in at this one. He's used all that fuel and he's really got his money's worth out of that tank, I tell thee. And Nibbles in second. He's starting to look like he's at the wrong end of the fuel tank. Possibly another lap he could push out of that one, but would it be worth it? Haase in and out. He's shaking it all about. Look at him. He's on a run today, and it's going to help trailbreakers, breaking races immensely. It must be a track he loves. This must be, the streets of Tokyo must be like home to him, because he's dialed in. He's dialed in and then some. Joker. The Mazdas do look good around here, though. I reckon the Mazdas must be certainly helping, because they do look planted in the corners, and down the straights they look immense. They really do. Nibbles then. So Floris is out, 8 seconds behind Haase, and one wonders, where are you going to pull that back? We're 42 minutes into this race, so an hour, we're an hour and 18 minutes left. That's Haase's second pit stop. And Floris only went like a couple of laps longer for his second pit stop. Yeah, I can't see there's much difference. They've got to do what they've got to do in the petrol tank, in the fuel tank, sorry. And Haase, when he fuels up, he only puts 3/4 in, but he's going the same sort of length as Floris is on a full tank. So I think Floris is always going to keep losing time to Haase through fuel consumption. I think Haase is just looking after his fuel tank better, taking on less fuel each pit stop, which gives him a shorter pit stop, which lengthens his distance to Floris. Genius. So Joker then in third place, sorry, 4.5 seconds. And maybe if Joker picks up on the same sort of similar deal that Haza is doing, he could easily call in Floris. I think that GT40, or Ford GT, sorry, is just mighty thirsty. And these Mazdas, I think Joker could shorten his pit stops and pull Floris in. I don't know. Nibbles is fourth, 3.3 seconds behind Joker. He's just pitted. And it's an interesting battle between him and Joker. Joker looking like he's in fighting distance with Floris, but Floris has just pitted. He's got a full tank of fuel and brand new tyres. Joker is halfway through his fuel, embedded in his tyres nicely, so it would be a tough battle to catch up with Floris, but that must be his aim, I'm sure, and to keep Nibbles behind, because Nibbles is on an interesting strategy as well. Noir's, he's ahead of Kevin. Kevin, he's not, that's for position. He's somehow managed to get himself up and ahead of Kevin. Kevin's done some 55s, and Noir, yeah, with a couple of 53s in there, he's pulled in Kevin and he's got that position back. That's 4th place, and Noir's on his way. Superb stuff. Dane saying EP3 is set to return for Le Mans round to replace Waterskin. See if he can get a couple of points. And Adam saying GT7 is just shocking with the connection. I have no problem on GT Sport. Got to be the game. Binko saying, yeah, that's Adam. I'm sure it is. My Dark Ages internet is solid on GTS, but GT7 is crap. And Dane saying, Ford is definitely a thirsty girl. There you go. Confirming what we said earlier, that Floris has got it. Is up against it, especially with Joker chasing him down. Noir doing a super job. Lost a few places earlier with the early stop to fix his rear bumper, as it looked like it had a bang. And now back out there again in the Supra. He's gained a position from Kevin. And Kevin always up against it in that Subaru. Doesn't look like he's got the pace around here. It'll be interesting in the next stint, if Caliber's in it, to see how Caliber can do it, because obviously Caliber gets a lot of pace out of that Subaru. He's won every race he's been in so far, but with these long straights, I think he's going to find it a difficult one in that second race. When the second stream comes up, don't forget to tune in. You're at where you're meant to be. You found us if you've subscribed to the AXR Racing channel. Then you'll get notified. Possibly, I'm not sure, or it'll be in your subscriptions. No, I think you have to ring their bell end to get the notifications. So yeah, there's a little bell somewhere. If you give it a tickle, and then you get notified when a stream pops up. But straight at the end of this stream, there'll be another 2 hours using the same liveries and cars these guys have been driving, but with their teammates, and there's even more points for grabs from these guys. So Kevin. Yeah, and Kevin's teammate is a very fast lad. He's won every one so far. But here at Tokyo, in that Subaru, that is going to be tough. It's going to be tough today for Caliber. I don't know if he's going to manage it. Kevin, I mean, he only got 5th by luck. You can just see, and he's not slow, is Kevin. Kevin's a fast lad. Trust me. They're all fast lads. That's why I said at the beginning of this, from all the corners of the realm, the fastest people have arrived to take part in this, the GTWEC. It's ridiculous how many aliens. I'm surprised the old CIA aren't sniffing around. With all these aliens in one place, the American rednecks would be going mental. People would be going missing left, right and centre. Unbelievable stuff. So, Haza going for a fastest lap, the lead alien at the moment. Dane saying Ford is definitely, I've got that one. Dane saying I'm going to call it Noir P4. Ooh, hello. bold statement. Noir, how far? He's 19 seconds behind Nibbles. Nibbles is on an interesting strategy. He's on a longer strategy, like Kevin was trying, and Floris is trying to turn his into a bit of a longer strategy. So, yeah, fourth, right? You reckon Noir is chasing that one down? Well, he's left Group behind, hasn't he? Group was right up his jacksie. Group's recently pitted, though. He pitted that last lap. It's a 21 seconds. He hasn't got a... Kevin's got a pit stop in the pocket of Group's at the moment, but I imagine Group's put those fresh tyres on to try and chase down that gap and shorten it between him and Kevin so he can get back on with Noir. But yeah, they've left Group behind. Corey has recently pitted for his second stop. Oh, Digi's left, and that puts up Noxie a position, so all good there for the Noxter. And Waterskin in 10th. Oh, Waterskin, huge damage at the front there. Oh, maybe he got into a battle with Digi. He's just done his fastest lap as well with a 59.1. But Haza smashing it, 52.7, with Floris in second place, chasing him down, but it's 12 seconds gap now. And it looks to me like Floris might be looking over his shoulder more than he is looking up ahead at Joker, because Joker 5.7 seconds behind Floris and doing similar lap times, a little slower. And oh no, Digital Blasphemy gets the 10 out of 10 for lag, because he just said he's just lagged out the whole game. So yeah, we had Noxie on 10 out of 10 for his lag. That was great, but if it's kicked you out the whole game, then that is super 10. That's a 11 out of 10. And also Dane saying he was going to call it's Noir for P4. Adam saying, if Noir crashes, I absolutely blame you. Adam also says, you owe me 6 cans of Monster also. Dane saying, can't blame me, it's the commentator's curse. I'm just repeating what you said. Digital Blasphemy saying FFS lagged out. Adam saying, and who has just started commentating? Dane saying, okay, you got me, Adam, touche. And Digital Blasphemy saying, sorry guys, have a good one. Oof, that was a whole conversation. So Haza 12 seconds ahead of Floris. Floris is 6.5 seconds, so he's got the message. He's starting to pull away from Joker now, and Joker's tyres about halfway through their life, but his fuel's getting low. Nibbles 2.1 seconds behind Joker in the Alfa Romeo, and these two are in a right ding dong of a battle. 19 seconds down the road is Noir, 2.6 seconds ahead of Kevin, who hasn't pitted yet. And Noir also, he's probably looking like a pit stop around the same time as Kevin. Group pitted a little earlier then. I think it's to try and close the gap down to Kevin, and it's working, but by the time he catches up Kevin, he'll be needing another pit stop. So it's interesting. I wonder who's 40. What's 40th? What's the 40th of? Or is he car 40? Hang on. He's car 11. Right then, hang on. I'll get to the bottom of this. Trust me. I can't read that. 40th. That button. Not that button. Not that button. For Pete's sakes. What's look behind? There we go. No, I can't read it. It just says 40th Advan. It's not like, what, 40th years of Advan tyres? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe Group's turned 40 or something. So, Haza. Has he been caught up? No, he's just put a lap on someone, sorry. Is that poor Waterskin again after the pit stops? Shakes out. He's had another lap put on him from Haza. I say another lap, it's just the lap. I think he would have unlapped himself with pit stops, and now again Haza gets by. Floris 12 seconds. I'm not sure if the Ford GT's got anything in it, really. It's just, you can see, well, fuel, he's still doing okay more on fuel, but the Mazda looks so comfortable making its way around the streets of Tokyo. It just looks like it's at home, and it looks very fast as it makes its way around. Beautiful stuff. Bit jolty, but that's not anyone's fault. That's the game. Just isn't quite, it's not quite polished up yet, is it, PD? Not quite finished off some of the corners. You've done a man hoover on that, haven't you? You've not moved any furniture. You've just hoovered around the furniture and left the dusty bits in the corner. But it's all right. We'll make do. We'll make do. We can still race. Jesus, we are men. We are fully capable of turning a race into a race. So Nibbles, 8.5 seconds ahead of Joker. So Joker must have pitted. I apologise, I missed his pit. So Joker has been in, he's pitted. It didn't look really like he was ready for a pit. That was a short one. Ah, that's interesting. That is interesting, isn't it? So he's pitted. He has pitted. He's pitted, but he's only put like half a tank of fuel in the yellow flag. Who's that? Ooh, is that our friend Water? Yeah, Water skiing, unfortunately. Wanted to damage the back as well. He's got the front a bit damaged. He thought, I'll tell you what, that'll look cracking with a similar dent in the back. And he's chasing Noxie, who's 1.3 seconds behind Corey now in 8th. Who's chasing down Groot, who's chasing down Kevin. Kevin's ready for a pit stop. This could be Groot's moment. 25 seconds. It was 28 seconds. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight after a pit stop. Noir Anteras, he looks ready for a pit stop as well. And Groot, I just don't think he's going to be close enough to those guys. He's going to be right on their jacksie when they come out, but he's not going to be up along them. Now Joker, he's out there. And that's so very strange. He didn't look like he was really anywhere near ready for a pit stop, but unless he had a bit of damage, maybe he picked up a bit of damage we didn't see, and he just chucked it into the pits. I mean, it went grey and dull earlier, but it's gone lovely and glorious and sunny now, so I'm assuming track temperature's probably raised a little bit, maybe the tyre wear. It's catching them out. Noir then is coming in. Kevin is coming in. Groot rubbing his hands. Could be big gains here. Big gains, bro. Big gains. And Joker waiting for Nibbles to make a stop. Flores. He's losing more time to Haza. I just don't think the wind's there for Flores today. And it's more about looking behind him at Joker and Nibbles and make sure they don't catch him. Noir saw him pit. He's back out here. Well, him and Kevin. And there's Groot. Groot 4.4 seconds behind Kevin. My wordly doodly. So Noir, he was in and out, wasn't he? He didn't mess about. He was in and out and didn't hang about. Kevin nearly being caught by Groot, and we thought that's why Groot may have taken that earlier pit stop to try and close that gap on Kevin. He's 3/10 behind him, but Kevin's full tank and brand new tyres, so even so I think Kevin will just hold ground ahead of the Groot, and Groot will have to pit, but we'll see. Corey 15 seconds behind them guys. He's doing these long stints. He's a lap ahead of Noxie now. As you can see, the battle between Groot and Kevin side by side, but Kevin's on the inside of the long right hand corner all the way around the shipping containers. Then a switch to the left, and it's Kevin that's ahead of Groot. And we'll get on board with Groot there. My word, we'll see Kevin do the shake. Shake it up, baby, now twist and shout. You know you look so good, twist and shout. Look at the shake on that bad boy. Shake it, baby, shake it, shake it. And Groot is through with the older tyres, and I don't know if it's Kevin's shake with Groot now getting that 6th place from Kevin, and Moxie getting right out of the way of that battle. Meanwhile, Noir trying to chase down Joker, and he's 24 seconds. He was 19 seconds, and they've both just recently pitted, so he seems to have lost a little ground to Joker somewhere along the way. He's lost about 5 seconds to him. And someone in the chat, I think it was Dane, was said he was going to get 5th. He's going for that 4th place. So here we go, let's have a look. Adam saying Sober Motorsport are looking very solid this round. Nice to see it working for them. Adam also saying Waterskin mentioned turn 1 a problem corner with the eyesight, probably what happened there with the crash. Dane saying Waterskin should be disqualified due to adjusting his aero on track. Adam saying if you knock everything off the car it will be faster due to it being lighter. Dane also saying weight saving is Waterskin. Dane saying this helps Noir with the fighting behind, and Adam saying not if they slipstream each other constantly and set new fastest laps, and Dane saying there's still time for P4. He's still got hope. What's going on? Haza's pitted, has he? Haza has pitted. Interesting. Floris, what's he got? He's still got good fuel on board. Tyres are still together. And Nibbles up into 2nd. Still got a bit of fuel on board. Haza's come out just behind him. Interesting. And Joker, 17 seconds behind Haza. Do you know what? Joker is pulling in Nibbles. Nibbles is losing that pit stop advantage. He's going to be further behind Joker when he has to pit. Noir Anteras, he's done his personal fastest since coming out of his pit stop with a 53.1. He's some 9 seconds ahead of Kevin now. Yes, you're right. That battling has helped him because Kevin was a lot closer to Noir, and now he's lost a bit of ground to Noir, and whilst fighting with Groot. Groot's tyres coming to the end of their life, and he's on a quarter of a tank of fuel. And it doesn't look like he's got the pace to stay with Kevin now as Kevin pulls away, and we saw Groot getting by. So he lost that place. I apologise, I missed it. Corey, 18 seconds adrift of those boys. Not really in a race with anyone, really. Noxie, he's continuously had damage this race. He's got damage at the front now. He's not enjoyed the barriers of Tokyo in that Porsche. And he's not close enough to Corey to get a moved on him. Corey there is got Waterskin behind him, is he? No, that's not Waterskin, that's Noir. Who's that? Who's right up Corey's Jaxie? Oh, it is Waterskin, sorry. So, Corey going past Waterskin, the other McLaren, the other... He's not Humble Guys, is he? He is Humble Guys, sorry. Corey, though, he's not really got a race on with Groot, has he? Groot will pit. Oh, no, I'll tell you what, Groot will come out behind Corey, and Corey's got a fair whack of fuel on. If Corey keeps those good pace times going, he should be all right. See, this is Groot coming in now. He's just 19 seconds, and it's been taking about 20-odd seconds for a pit stop. So Corey should get out ahead of Groot, possibly. Now Kevin, without Groot's distraction, can get on with the work of trying to catch up with Noir Anteras, which I don't think he's got much of a chance of. Joker really seriously has pulled out at 5 seconds somewhere on Noir's. Haza still behind Nibbles, 8/10, but is this hurting? Is this hurting his lead battle with Floris? Floris at the moment doing 54s. He's still not gone in. He really is pushing the Ford GT a lot further. This is the pits now, and we assume he's coming in. He does. Nibbles also, I believe, will be coming in as he does, and that will put Haza back in the lead again. I don't think it's hurt him too much. He can do 52s on those racing softs. He did a 53.5. But now you can see he's going, and Flores has only just pitted, and he's got by him already. So Flores nearly a pit stop behind. And there is Joker coming around now. 2.5 seconds. Flores is in danger from Joker and possibly Nibbles in this race. Flores has got to watch his rear more than he's chasing Haase down. I don't think the race is with Haase now. I know I said that, but I was kind of hoping that Flores had something else there up his sleeve to bring back to Haase, but I seriously don't think Flores has now. I think Flores, he's got to worry about the Mazda behind, not the Mazda in. Dane saying save fuel whilst he was behind Nibbles. Yeah, Haase, I imagine he did. Yeah, I imagine he was just sort of half feathering it along. Then Flores, who now has got some serious worries about this man, Joker. I mean, I know there's a pit stop between them because Flores has just pitted, and Joker, he's still got a fair whack of fuel on. He can still go a bit further. Do you know what? That's interesting. Nibbles, with that pit stop, 6 seconds behind. I said that about Joker. It was very close between them with the pit stops, but with Nibbles going longer, he's lost more time to Joker, who's doing the more pit stops. So I think often into the pits isn't hurting those guys. In fact, it might be a little bit faster. Noir, he's 19 seconds behind Nibbles. So, yeah, I'm not sure. He's pulled away from Kevin Moore. Group's 21 seconds. Corey must have pitted as well. And he's picked up a little bit of damage, has Corey. Making his way around. He's got no woes from behind him with Noxie. And Noxie's got no damage on his car. This must be the first time. Where are we? An hour and 5 minutes into the race, lap 33. And Noxie, no damaggio. No damaggio. So Noxie can do some proper lap times now. I think what's his best been, about a 58 or a 57? And we've seen the fast boys doing 52 for Haase, which is ridiculous, by the way. 55s is pretty quick. 52 is silly. So in the chat, Adam saying, I look at Haase Mazda and I see 2003 Pescarolo colours, which is always a win for me. There you go. And Dane saying, yay, well done, Noxie. It's good, yeah. Oh, he's just come up to put a lap on Waterskin. Them two should just stick around, have fun with each other. Waterskin's got a lot of damage, that's why Noxie just blasts past him. Probably felt for him as he drove by. It was like, oh, dude. Like I said, Noxie's no slouch. He's championship leader of our Friday Night League in the VRC. So he's I don't think he's enjoying the damage on thing. I think it hurt him at Bathurst. I think it's hurt him here because he had a really good race, if you remember, before we had the damage on full. But it's not suited him. It's not suited his style. So Haase, 17.1 seconds ahead of Flores, who's only 1.4 seconds ahead of Joker. Joker doing a 53.3 last time around. Flores doing a 53.8. It's tight stuff between the two of them, but Joker will be pitting pretty soon. And Nibbles, as I say it all, he lost a lot of time. But Joker is I don't know what's the best strategy here, because Nibbles will be ahead of Joker. Joker is going to have to pit pretty soon. Looks good until he has to take a pit stop, and then it all starts all over again. Noir Anteras, he's got a quarter of a tank of fuel on. He's 19.4 seconds behind Nibbles. But you know what? No, because I can't say he's going to be closer to Joker when Joker comes out, because he's in a different strategy. He's coming to the end of his stint when Joker will pit, which is going to be pretty soon because his fuel's now flashing. And like I said, Flores, loads of fuel. So maybe he's not too nervous about Joker behind him. Nibbles, again, will move up into third place. And he's got virtually a whole stint to go before Joker will catch him back up. Noir and Terrace pushing on. He's 11 seconds now ahead of Kevin. Slowly but surely, he is pulling away from the Subaru. And Group trying to catch the Subaru. Like I said, Corey, he's just having a bit of fun out there, I would think. He's got a bit of damage, but it's just he's got no one really to race. And Noxie, still no damage on his car, doing well. And it didn't look like the damage was costing him much time, really, because he's doing 58s. He is doing long stints, so he's probably fuel saving quite a lot. Crosses the line. Oh, a 56.9, so possibly. Yeah, that's good pace, man. Oh, gutted. Gutted for him if that's the damage was costing him that sort of pace. But it's a short pit stop. You've got to come in. Here comes Haza. He's found Waterskin. Makes his way by. Flores now 18 seconds adrift of Haza, with Nibbles back ahead of Joker as Joker been into the pits. And now he's 16.5 seconds behind Nibbles. So maybe the longer stints are better. But like I said, it depends where it adds up at the end of the race. And we've still got 50 minutes of racing to go here. Still a lot to be done. And anything could happen. So Joker, he's been in for a stop. And now he's 16.7 seconds behind Nibbles. And we're going to have another, 20 minutes before they pit. Groot's come in. It seems early. Oh, he's picked up a bit of damage. He's picked up a bit of damage. That's going to help Corey out, although Corey's got that front damage. And it is hurting him because he can do 55s and he's only done 57s. So, I don't think he's going to have enough to catch up Groot. Groot's only going to go in, give it new boots, little top of a fuel, and then straight back out there. Fix the damage and done. But he's 46 seconds behind Kevin now, and I don't think Groot's going to put much of a threat to Kevin. Kevin's 6th place, looking pretty secure, and he's holding that 10-second gap to Noir, but I just don't think there's any way of him catching up Noir's, although his fuel's going a bit better than Noir's Supra, so let's not count chickens yet. Now, after Joker's pit stop, it's very close, isn't it? 4.5 seconds. But like I said, we're coming to the end of Noir's stint, and we're right at the beginning of Joker's stint. So 4.5 seconds is still a pit stop between the two of them. Nibbles going well. Oof, he's 7 seconds behind Flores, and more on the same sort of strategy as Flores. 53.3 for Nibbles as he comes up to the line. We saw him hit the wall. 53.4. I don't think he hit the wall. I think that was that stupid lag problem we've had all night. Flores to 53.3. So they're doing the same pace. So it's going to be pretty damn difficult for the Alfa Romeo to catch up with Flores. Oof. Heart sunk a little bit there with the black screen. I thought, well, no, we lost everything. And Haza just continues on. Unbelievable, like a machine. And it is true. I don't know who the person is. They said 2003 Pescarolo colours. But it is a lovely looking livery, I've got to say. I do like it. Very much so. One of my favourites, I reckon. Oh yeah, Red Bull, thank you. So Haza is leading this race by 17 seconds virtually. Flores is 7 seconds ahead of third place. Looking pretty secure, I've got to say. I don't think Nibbles can do much about Flores. Nibbles really and Joker are in their battle, but they're on different strategies, and I can't work out who's on the better strategy at the moment. Like Nibbles probably will be pitting in about 10 minutes. So that'll be an hour and 23 minutes into the race. So he's probably got 2 more stops to make, whereas Joker probably's got 3 more stops to make on his strategy. So Nibbles could end up better off than Joker, but I'm not a foreseer. I'm not a future tarot card reader, or I can't tell the future. So I don't know. Noir's in. Noir is in, and like I said, Kevin's been looking after that fuel a little better. Again, this is a different strategy versus a different strategy, and it's tough to see or call which way it's going to go. Noir is back out way ahead of Groot, because Groot had his issues earlier, and Corey is closer to Groot, but he's carrying that damage, and he's not managing to get those 55s that we saw him getting earlier in the race. Noxie, since fixing that car, look, 2 seconds a lap faster, and it's probably worth it. It was probably worth fixing the car if you get damaged like Groot did. You lose a whole lot of time in one hit, but at least you've got a competitive car out there, just in case someone does fall off the road or come close. You've got a car that works. And he's only 33 seconds behind Noir, who is now 11 seconds behind Kevin. Kevin says that's how it feels to be 11 seconds behind, like I've been for all these laps. Tough one to call there between those guys. Joker isn't really cutting in to Nibbles' pace. Nibbles is doing a great time. 53.1, his fastest of the race so far. His tyres are just coming to life. And Joker, I have to say, I think stopping often seems to be the faster one. I'm eating my words from that one, because Nibbles really is getting this one to work. But Haza is getting the often and fast strategy to work. So it just goes to show, doesn't it? It doesn't really... Nothing's set in stone. Nothing's the fastest, is there? Because for Joker, it looks like he might lose position for that strategy, whereas Haza has pulled away from the Ford GT with that very same strategy. So it blows my mind. It really does. But Haza is leading from VQS Flores, who is 8.5 seconds now ahead of Nibbles. He's managing to start pulling away. He's in the 53s regular, where Nibbles slipped into the 54s that last lap around. And that's what Joker... Oh, he might have been because he had to get past Waterskin. But still, that's what Joker likes to see. The gap shortening between him and his competitor, Kevin. Well, he'll be in the pits. Mark my words, he'll be in the pits on this lap. And Noir with only 9 seconds behind him, and Groot some 40 seconds behind him. Kevin's going to slot in nicely in that 6th place, I believe. And that's good points for SBM featuring SOE. They're the championship leaders on 107 points. And they are, what now? Blooming out. 15 points ahead of Stosilla Racing, who are racing for 3rd or 4th today. So the table is looking good for SBM. Haza, meanwhile, 15 seconds. Has he dropped a big batch of time to Flores? He has. Oh no, 53.7. Oh, maybe not then. I thought he dropped a bit of time then. I thought there was a bigger distance. And Nibbles, he lost a bit of ground to Joker last time around. Joker on a push. He wants that podium. He wants that podium, but so does Nibbles. And Nibbles crosses the line with 53.6, is it? 53.6, yeah. Kevin into the pits. That put Noir up into 5th place. He's done a great job. You've got to say he's done a cracking job. Had to pit at the end of lap 1 for damage, which I think he had nothing to do with. Caught him unawares. And he's had to fight back all the way through. He's had good pace. Similar pace to the leaders in that Supra. I mean, his fastest is a 53.1, which Haza's has been at 52.6. But I don't think Haza has been doing regular 52s. It's mainly 53s. And he got a 52.7. But, yeah, on a whole, he's not he's not been destroying those lap times like that on a regular basis. Just maybe once in a stint he'll get a very good 52. Floris. And I don't think Floris has got it in the bag to go to the Mazdas today, and I think it is down to the Mazdas. I think in the same car these two are very closely matched, and I do honestly think that Mazda is friendlier on its fuel, or Haase has driven it in a way that it's friendlier on its fuel, and that's given him a gap. I think he's gained all his time mostly in the pit stops. And ooh, Floris looking a little bit out of shape there. I don't know if it was, well, we'll see if it was lag or if it was a mistake when he crosses the line. 54, yeah, I reckon he actually made a mistake there. I don't think that was lag. I think he lost a bit of grip in the final corner and met a barrier, but luckily no damage. And Haase pulls away a little bit more, although he did a 54.6 himself last time around. So the tyres getting old on both of the front-running cars. Though we wanted to come into the pits soon. Nibbles, he's still got a quarter of a tank of fuel, and Joker ain't got much more than that, you know. These two are on, I don't know. I think Nibbles might steal that third place away from Joker. I think Joker I thought he was getting that third place done, but it doesn't look like it's happening for him. Noir, though, someone said he'd still get fourth, but 39 minutes left of the race, and he's even further away from fourth place as he was when the claim was first made. He was 19 seconds behind fourth place, but he's 27.6 seconds behind. Maybe it's a tough call. And I think Watskin getting the flags there, and there is Kevin, 16.8 seconds behind Noir, 17.2 seconds ahead of Groot. Groot's tyres looking a bit long, so Haase does come in, and Floris decides to stay out. He's got a quarter of a tank of fuel, he's still got meat on his tyres. Did do a 54.9 last time around, but that may have been just a small mistake. With that Ford GT is looking very iffy coming the end of its stint. When it gets a bit lighter and the tyres are a bit old, especially through here, it looks very slidey. Looks like it doesn't want to sit down in the road. It just looks like it wants to kill you in one of them barriers coming around the end there. But Floris leads, Haase's back out. And Dane saying, who said that? They must be crazy. Oh, what about Noir getting fourth place? I don't know, I'm not sure. And Adam saying, look forward to the delivery of Monster at Dane. So Floris then leads for now, but he is going to have to pit. But still, this is going to be a bumper day for Sidemax Motorworks, especially if one of the VRC guys gone, and the other VRC guy running down there in 9th place. Oh, what if he'd fixed that damage? Look, he could have been a contender. Could have been a contender, sir. But it is a decision you've got to make. I mean, when you're driving around, it's a tough call. You don't realise how much the car's slow. I suppose you see the lap times, but if the car feels good, you think, oh, that's all right, the lap times will come because the car feels good. So you carry on, because if you don't pit instantly, if you've done about 2 or 3 laps on a damaged car, you're already in, aren't you? You've already put your toe in. You may as well just go all in. So it's one of those split decisions. I gotta say, and I'd want to give it 1 lap to see how it felt. And if the car felt solid but didn't do the lap time, I'd be very tempted to just stay out there, because if the car's drivable, you just don't want to pit, do you? You don't want to lose all that time. But here, where it's such a short pit stop, I think it probably is worth going in and fixing it. But like I said, in the heat of the battle, in the heat of the moment, in the middle of a race, it's tough to make the right calls. That's why real racing drivers have teams making the calls rather than the driver making the call. Because they can't always, maybe Leclerc can run a team from his cockpit, but the rest of us, lowly life forms, all we can do is decide on what corner's next and when we should brake. So Noxie, possibly wrong call, driving on that damage, especially to see the pace that he can get out of that Porsche. It's a shame. It's a shame, man. It's a shame. Could have had a race of it. So Flores is leading. He's still not pitted though. He's got a bit of fuel left. And Haase back out there, only 3 seconds behind him. That is painful for Flores to see in his on screen. I imagine it was close. Didn't Flores get second? Or yeah, he was fighting for pole. He was very close in the first stint with Haase, but it just seems that Mazda so well on fuel. Haase just has to short fill every lap tire, every pit, and Flores has to fill up his Ford GT, and that's where he's lost most of the time. Haase is closing in. Nibbles, he's now coming to the end of his stint. Not quite a pit stop ahead of Joker, so he will come out behind Joker, but Joker also coming close to the end of his stint. We're an hour and 24 minutes into this race. Nibbles, oof, I tell you what, he might have to do a splash and dash before the end of the race. I don't think that's enough. He might have to split this into two short stops, two short stints. I don't think he can go all the way to the end on that. Flores has come in as well. Again, another one. I don't think they're going to go all the way to the end. Haase retakes the lead. Obviously, he's going to have to stop again before the end of the race. Flores, he's only put 3/4 of a tank in this time. He knows he's going to have to make another stop before the end of the race. He's 18 seconds behind the leader now. 4 seconds ahead of Joker, who, if he can push this till that, no, it's not a lot of fuel. I think 40 minutes, 1 hour and 40 minutes is pretty much the end, the last stint, the last pit stop is going to be happening about 20 minutes from the end. I think we saw a couple of people like Corey made it go about 22, 24 minutes into the race. So, but I just don't see it happening. Any pit stops now? Maybe Joker can get another tank to last him to the end of the race. The Mazda has looked good on fuel. And like I said, Nibbles, I don't think that's going to be enough for him to get to the end. He did go quite long in that first stint though. So maybe, but he didn't fill up, did he? He hasn't filled right up. So I think he's splitting this to 2 short stints. I think we'll see him in again before the end of the race. Group's into the pits. And that just looks like a normal pit stop he needs to take because of fuel. Kevin chasing down Noir, but wow, the distance between them. It's Noir's nearly a pit stop ahead of him. So Noir most definitely has that 5th place. Nibbles, like I said, has made his pit stop. Oh, I don't know. I can't call it. Look, Joker is going to have to come into the pits. He's going to be way behind Nibbles. And Noir is closer to him. Will be closer to him, but still not in overtaking distance yet, Dane. But it's not over yet. We've still got a while to go. There goes Joker. Let's see if Noir is going to move up the position. Dane saying, PM me your address. Dane said, it's a tough call. Dane saying, aero damage on the fast track is a certain pit. There you go. Dane saying, Nibble situation could bring Noir up the order. I pray. I tell you what, I'm starting to be a believer because Joker now is only 3.5 seconds ahead of Noir. And I think, I don't know, it's going to be tough for him to get that to go all the way to the end. He's going to have to drive slower, but Noir will have to pit before the end. So, yeah, I don't think Noir's going to get that 4th place. Nibbles, he's going to have to make another stop, but I think so is Noir. Flores, I believe, is going to have to stop again before the end, and I believe Haase is going to have to make a stop before the end of the race. Kevin, he's going to have to make a stop, but only the one. Well, we're all going to have to at least make one. It's a silly thing to say. Groot, he's short-filled it and he's picked up damage already. And I believe he was going to go for a fastest lap there until he picked up some front damage. And now he's just going to go for a short, fast stint. He's gone past the pits, so he's not going to fix it. He's going to crack on. Corey, Corey's had a solid drive, man. He went for that long strategy, but unfortunately everyone he raced kind of fell out, didn't they? They fell out of, he was with Digital Blasphemy. Noxie carried a bit too much damage for too long. Oh, I wonder what happened to lap 43. Come out of the pits, but then he did a 203. Maybe he's getting out of the way of leaders. It looks like someone's just gone by him. No, I don't think it's Waterskin, is it? Are they on the same track? No, it's Nibbles. He's had to let Nibbles by. Obviously didn't want to get in the way of the race whatsoever, so he's gone right out of it and had a big old slow lap. But he's not really racing anyone, is he? So won't hurt. But yeah, the question is Nibbles or Joker for that podium. Joker, I think, is going to try and get that fuel to go all the way to the end. Noir has got to gamble that Joker's got to pit again, hasn't he? Because he's not going to have nowhere near catching him chance. And he's a pit stop ahead of Kevin now, and Kevin's picked up huge damage. He's going into pit to fix it. And this could be Groot's chance. He's more than a pit stop ahead is Kevin, so he'll be out ahead of Groot, but it's affecting. He's going to have to look after that fuel all the way to the end. He's going to fill that up and try and take it to the end of this race, I believe. And Groot, he's doing short fast stints, so maybe not. Kevin's already out. Look at it. Unbelievable. He didn't put much fuel in either, did he? I thought he'd fill that up and try and drive all the way till the end. I thought maybe he could get 30 minutes out of the tank in the Subaru if he looked after it, but no. And Noir Anteras then coming to the end of his stint, but he's easily got a pit stop on Kevin. And Joker starting at the beginning of his stint, and I think he's trying to take that all the way to the end. Nibbles, he's going to have to pit before the end of this race. I don't think half a tank's going to get in there. And Flores also, I think, going for that shorter stint, and Haza as well. So the top three definitely pitting, and the only person really Joker can catch out of the top three is Nibbles. Nibble those nibbles. And Dane's saying, come on Noir, I believe in you. And he's also saying Corey is one of them silent drivers that is just consistent great driver. He's done a great job. It's just unfortunately everyone he raced disappeared, so he didn't get to race anyone. So Noir is into the pits, possibly his last one of the race, before he goes and gets fourth spot off of either Joker or Nibbles. Kevin then had no chance, did he? Had no chance against Noir. That Subaru just didn't have the pace. It's going to be interesting. You've got to watch Stint 2, guys. You're going to really have to keep peeled to Stint 2, because it's going to be interesting to see what Caliber does. Because Caliber, he really does go faster than your average bear. But in that Subaru at this track, I don't know how he's going to do it, if he's going to do it at all. Groot standing in. He was reserve driver for the AequepaX Racing team in the Toyota with Splash, Fred Dude and Groot. So Groot stepping up to the action. And he's done a great job. 32 seconds ahead of Corey, who looks like he's got Nibbles now behind him. And Nibbles goes through. Corey not getting in the way whatsoever. And Corey, I imagine he would have looked forward to a race today. But yeah, like I said, they all fell away. Digital Blasphemy, Noxie having his issues with damage. And Waterskin struggling with his peripheral vision. Haza, unbelievable stuff. 20 seconds ahead of Flores at the beginning of this, when Bandit said he's like the Dutch top tier sim racer. I thought Haza is going to get absolutely spanked, but you've got to say Haza has held his own here. The Flying Finn has done an amazing job, and yeah, like I said, I said earlier, I think this is down to the car. I think the Ford GT just a little bit too thirsty, and because that's where he lost all his time. Not so much on the track, but in the pit stops. And Nibbles has had a cracking little drive anyway, even though he's going to have to pit again. And Joker is within a pit stop of him, and Joker's going to try and get that fuel all the way to the end, but he's used a quarter of it already up in only sort of 3.5 minutes or so. Oh no, because he pitted about lap one. No, he pitted before the 30 minutes. I don't think he can get that fuel to the end, you know. I think he might have to pit again. So Noir's short-filled it. What are all these guys doing? I'm really getting confused with their fuel strategies. So Groot's come in to fix it. He's realised it's pointless, or has he got more damage? Well, whatever it is, Groot's come in. And that does put Corey into a shout. He's only 30 seconds behind Groot. That'll put him 10 seconds behind Groot. And Groot, 3/4 of a tank of fuel, new soft tyres, and losing around about 20 seconds to Corey in the McLaren. Interesting. No, Corey's gone in as well with loads of fuel and tyre. I don't understand what's going on. You're freaking me out. I don't understand. Why would you pit with a load of fuel and good tyres? That's so odd. I don't get that. But Corey has pitted. He's filled it up. Maybe he's got to the point he knows he can get to the end. So he thought, as soon as I get to that point, I'm just going to fill it up, put tyres on, and just keep driving until I see that checkered flag and hope someone falls off the track ahead of me. With Groot, 3/4 of a tank of fuel. I was thinking it was 22 minutes when the first pit stop started happening. 22 to 24 minutes. But I don't know. My brain's fried. Sorry, guys. I think I've called the fuels all wrong. I think they're all going to have to pit again. I haven't got a clue. Yeah, Dane's saying Corey going for the finish. So he's gone in, he's filled up. So, yeah, I don't think Joker can get that fuel. No, he can't. He cannot get that fuel to the end. I shouted too soon for Joker. So he's lost that third place. Nibbles has done him. And there's nothing Joker can do. I thought he'd filled up and he was going to try and get that Mazda to the end, where Nibbles had to make another stop. Oh, someone's joined already. They've got told in Discord not to join until the race is done, in case it causes lag spikes. Naughty boy. So Haza is leaving. Oh, hello. 15 years old from Belgium, selling himself. So Haza leads from Floris, and Nibbles in third. Nibbles, I don't know. I'm not even talking about pit stops anymore. I'm boring myself with these pit stop talk. We'll just see. We'll see if they pit or not, shall we? Noir, because I think they're all going to have to make another stop, to tell you the truth. I think the only person who isn't going to pit again is probably Corey. He's probably going for that long game, which he's the one that took about 24 minutes till he pitted. And now there's about 24 minutes left of the race. He's filled up. So I think he's the only one who is not pitting. I think everyone else in the field is probably going to pit. Moxie getting the blue flag for Joker. That's not too bad, is it? Just the top four. And Joker trying to get that third place from Nibble. Not even Nibbles, is it? Because that'd be a double B if it was Nibbles. It's probably like Nibless or something. Nibless. Nibbles. I keep calling him Nibbles, but Nibbles is double B, L-E-S, so I'm getting that wrong. But Nibbles sounds so cute. You've got to call him Nibbles, haven't you? Probably hates it. Probably thinks it's Nibless. It's Nibless, you moron. Well, Joker, 17 seconds behind Nibless. And Floris Flores, he's not driving for anything, is he? I mean, he is. He's getting a great second place, but he's got no worries from behind. I thought at some point Joker was starting to close in on our man Flores there, but it looks like that threat has gone away. He's some 12 seconds ahead of Nibless now, with Joker chasing in, and Noir still trying to get that 4th place off of Joker or Nibless, one or the other. Kevin in 6th. He's had a good race. You've got to say he's had a good race. He's gained a lot from issues on the track, and it's only Noir Anteras that's managed to come back at him. Digital Blasphemy lagged right out of the room, and Corey's long stops seems to have cost him against the Kev. Noxie's damage that he's had most of the race cost him a lot. Waterskin has had his issues. So, yeah, Kevin, the Subaru, not the fastest vehicle out there, but Kevin, he's cashed in on issues by other drivers. Issues caused mainly by barriers and walls. And now Regabula has left the room. No one was interested in the 15-year-old from Belgium, it seems. So, grouped 40 seconds behind Kevin, 37 seconds ahead of Corey. But we believe Corey might be driving to the end of the race, whereas Groot possibly will have to stop and take on some extra fuel to get to the end. Kevin, it wouldn't surprise me if he'd get that quarter of a tank to last him to the end of the race, but no, I think he is going to stop at some point. Noirs, he's put up a bit of an effort to try and catch up Joker, but it's just not enough, I don't believe. And Nibless doing a super job out there in the Alfa Romeo. It looks like he's secured that podium position for Stosilla Racing. They're second in the championship at the moment, and that's good points ahead of Kevin. And if Caliber can't get that Subaru to work in the next race, and Stosilla Racing can get some good points in that by either frequency or Beetle juice, then they're laughing when the new table comes out. I don't think there's anything close on track that can be regarded as a battle. Really, they're all pretty spaced out. I haven't done a lot of in-car. Do you think you want to sit in-car with someone? Who shall we sit in-car with? Thing is, every time I've got in-car with anyone, it's been horrible. It's been choppy as hell. Here we go. He's just gone across the line. So on board, Haza has pitted, probably for his last stop of the race, and that tracks. That'll put Flores up into the lead. Not yet though. Wow. Flores was some way behind him, but he still hasn't taken the lead of the race yet. Haza might be out. Oh, Flores has gone in as well. So Haza out as Flores goes in. Nibless is still in 3rd place ahead of Joker. Now he's gone ahead of Flores, but Nibless will have to make a stop. Nibbles is so much better in it. I'm trying to be respectful, but still chasing down that Joker. Flores gets out of the pits ahead of a Joker. And I imagine that is Haza and Flores as final pit stops of the day. It's not as choppy as it was. It still looks unrealistic around some corners, doesn't it? Just suddenly swings around, doesn't it? It's like one of them dodgy fairground rides that's on a bar, so it just suddenly looks like it's going to hit the... Oh, that looked like it hit the wall. Don't know if it did though. But it suddenly just turns last minute. You go in and then, ooh, that didn't look realistic. So I haven't been in car a lot because it suddenly does that and it just doesn't look... It just looks crap, doesn't it? Sorry. I don't. It's not slagging the stream down or the people running it, but people who made the game, they should be ashamed of themselves. They really should. They call themselves coders, because I've seen chimpanzees code better than that. Jesus wet. So Haza, I haven't actually ever seen chimpanzees code anything. In all fairness, I don't know why I said that. That didn't seem right. I've seen primary kids code better than that. I've played games in Dream. There's a game called Dream where people make their own games using, I don't know what it uses, it's this magic, okay? It's internet magic where people have got a game called Dreams and they can build a game. And I played a racing game, and I tell you what, it was rudimentary, yeah, it didn't have graphics, but it definitely had better gameplay. It definitely looked smoother. God's sakes. So Nibless is into the pits, but Joker will have to make another pit before the end of the race with 16 minutes left on the clock. It's very unlikely that he's going to get that fuel to last him the whole way. And Nibless is, I reckon, made his final stop of the day, and he is racing for third place. And I don't think Joker can do anything about it. He's got to take on fuel. And I think the Alfa Romeo may have got the move done. Noir, not quite taken fourth place yet, but he's still trying. Kevin in sixth. He looks pretty safe. He's going to be coming in soon for a pit stop, but so will Groot before the end of the race. And Corey, like we said, he's going to the end, possibly. Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? So, and Noxie in ninth place. He's had a better second half of the race than he has had the first. Better pace and less damage. So great stuff. Water skin. And he's the same as well. He carried a lot of damage early in the race, but he's had a better run of it in this second half. The second hour of the race has gone a lot better for him than the first stint. Groot is in for his final pit stop, and Kevin did go in. He didn't fill it up. I don't suppose he needs to in 15 minutes racing. So Kev's had his final pit. Groot's just about to have his final pit. That'll put Corey somewhat closer, but not close enough really. He's 43 seconds behind. He's going to end up something like 20 odd seconds. So Groot probably in for his final stop of the race. And they haven't crossed the sector yet, so the time hasn't changed between him and Corey. Jesus, can't it be more instantaneous than that? That's the problem with it being halfway around the pit stop. You don't get a good read for ages. It takes a while for it to update. Come on, we must have gone through a sector. 26 seconds, there you go, from him and Groot. That's annoying, isn't it, how slow that is. Kevin, he's made his pit stop. Looks like sixth place is secure, with no threat from behind. And Noir and Terrace. He's going to be needing to make a pit stop pretty soon. And I think we saw Joker has made his final stop. It's not showed yet. Did he not pit? I thought he pitted. Yeah, he did. Sorry, the times were all playing goofy. So he pitted that last time around, didn't he? Or last lap. 2:13 on his pit lap. So he'll be taking that Mazda all the way to the end. 13 seconds behind Nibless. He's not got much of a chance to catch that up, I don't think. And Nibless hasn't got much chance of catching up the 14 seconds he is behind Floris, unless someone drops it like it's hot. And it doesn't look like these leaders are in any way, shape or form going to do that. Haza, is this his first win? I think this might be his first win of the season for the trail braking team, braking racers. And a great injection, especially as Full Throttle Racing aren't here today. And they're the people that are ahead of them by 16 points. And I can't remember what you get for a win, but that's going to help a lot. Floris in second then. Just put a lap on Waterskin. Nibbles is in third, 13 seconds ahead of Joker. But I don't think Joker is going to be able to do anything with 12 minutes to go. He'd have to go over a second, say a lap, but a minute. I mean, he'd have to go 2 seconds a lap faster than Nibles. Noir Anteris into his final pit stop. And Kevin too far behind to make any kind of impact on that, I'm afraid. And Kevin, which I'm sure he's not used to, looks like he's going to get a lap put on him pretty soon, as Haase is looming in the background. Groot in 7th. He looks rather close to someone, but it's not someone he's racing. Oh, it must be Waterskin. Then Corey, 28 seconds behind Groot. Noxie, a lap behind Corey. Again, doing those 56ers. Great pace for Noxie. It's a shame about that damage earlier in the race. And Waterskin, 59s to 2 minutes, but I think he's in that zone where he's having to lift a lot to let lap cars through. So it's tough to get a good lap in when you're being lapped. And Haase, we're back to Haase again, leading this race. A cracking job. 20 seconds, he could pit. He could pit if he wanted. He's got a pit stop on the Sidemax Motor Works, although nothing to be sniffed at. Second place, that's going to be a huge injection of points, especially with one of the VRC Motorsports guys lagging out of the game. That's going to be a huge help. They're 10 points behind behind VRC Motorsports, and only 5 points behind VRC Racing, who are in 9th at the moment. So Sidemax set to make a big jump in the table, maybe even up to THG Humble. Who drives for Humble? Waterskin, who's in last place at the moment. So huge day for Floris and the Sidemax Motorworks team. And great leaps and bounds for them. Corey, I was wrong. I apologise. Corey's into the pits again. Oh, he's picked up a bit of damage. Maybe I don't think he's going to get any fuel. He's just fixing the damage. He is. New tyres, fix the damage. Why not? Why drive with an ailment if you don't have to? So Kevin, he doesn't want to get a lap put on him, does he? He's still ahead of Haase. Noir's in, out, shaking it all about, ahead of Kevin, and that 5th place is absolutely solid and in his hands. But he's some 44 seconds away from 4th place, which I was given reliable information in the chat that Noir was racing for 4th today, but he seems to have lost more time on the Mazda. Nibbles 3rd, which we think is going to the end. I'm not sure of it now, with only 9 minutes left on the clock. And scares me when we see the black. And still, Kevin is not yielding. He's not yielding that place. Oh, he is now. There you go, fair play. We're seeing how long he could stay ahead of the Mazda. And now he gets a lovely tow into the corner. And decides he's going to sit behind that Mazda for a little bit, and I think we will as well. We'll enjoy that with you, Kevin. We follow the leader with you. So Haase leading the race against Floris in 2nd. Oof, that toe is a little stronger down there, isn't it? And I said that Subaru's got no pace, but it's staying with the Mazda quite nicely. It's hard to ignore it, okay? I don't want to spend 2 hours putting down the game, because it's a beautiful game, it's a great game, but it really is difficult to ignore it when the car in front of you is bouncing around like a bloody muppet. It really is, and I'm trying my best, guys. I'm trying my best to make out like this is something real, but that's ridiculous. Oh, cost me a lot of money, GT7 did. I bought that. Prepaid for it. Wouldn't be the first time though. I bought Fallout 76 when it was released. So Haza leads, as we saw. Doesn't look half as bouncy when you look at Haza. It's when you look at Haza from Kevin's. Although a little bounce there. Unbelievable. Haza then leading from Floris, who's done a great job for side max. Like I said, that's a great haul of points for two teams really that are lower in the table. That's beautiful stuff. I like it. I like it a lot. So Haza taking the win. Maybe. We've still got 6.5 minutes to go. Don't want to misspeak, but he is pulling away from Floris. Unless something ridiculous happens, then it looks like Haza's got the win. Floris in second. Nibles still in third. I think that is fuel to go to the end. It's all good for Nibbles. I don't know what his name is. Joker then in fourth. Heavy defending from Noir Anteras then. He's been struggling for a while now as Joker to keep Noir behind him. Noir really chomping at that fourth place. Hey Dane. And in the chat, Cold Waters, it's impossible to pass. It is a struggle to pass at this place. I can see now Noir is really, he's really struggling to get past Joker at the moment. As he crosses the line, start lap 60 laps around nearly a 2-minute lap era at Tokyo. Their arms are going to ache. I tell thee, if their force feedback's up quite high, they're gonna have like that white finger by the end of this. Anyway, fifth is Noir Anteras, 20 seconds ahead of Kevin, nearly a pit stop. Kevin 25 seconds ahead of Groot. It's nicely spread out. Corey a minute behind Groot, and only a minute and 47 seconds ahead of Noxie. And Noxie, as soon as Noxie got that car fixed, he's had an unbelievable pace. He really has. I say unbelievable, he's doing 56s quite comfortably, which has been the pace of some of the people in the field. I mean, we've seen some 53s, and we've seen some 52s by some real ridiculous people. And Corey driving to the flag, Waterskin as well, driving for the flag. 10th place is still better than Full Throttle boys today, and for the VRC Motorsport boys. So yeah, Waterskin, it's been a tough one for him, but he's still going to pick up some very important points on people around him. As Haza brings it home with less than 5 minutes to go. We've got 4 minutes on the clock. Dane in the chat saying, I've driven through someone in a GT Fusion race because of lag, like they were ghosted. And funniest cowboy saying, good evening all. Why hello. All right, don't worry. It's not going to end here. The party's not over. We've got another 2-hour race here at this very same track, using these guys' teammates coming up straight after this. So don't forget to hit like if you want me to feel good about myself. Hit like to say, yeah, that lad did an alright job. I didn't feel like I did a good job because I couldn't tell you what strategies was going on, because I couldn't work it out myself. But if you forgive me for the useless information and some absolute rubbish chat, but you think, you know, I gave it a good go, you know, I gave it a good sort of like, hit like if you want to see the next video, or any videos streamed, after, and you don't want to miss a single second of this great championship, then you need to subscribe, and then, you know, it'll always be saved in your subscribed videos. But if you want to watch it live, and you want to see it, and you want to be in the action, you've really got to touch the bell end. And I know that's a tough thing for anyone to have to do, and I don't feel comfortable touching anyone's bell end. But if you would touch Groot's bell end in YouTube, then you will not miss a single bit of the action, which is coming up right after this. So Haza is leading from Floris. Nibbles is in third place with Joker in fourth. We have Noir Anteras coming home in fifth place, and Kevin in 6th. Groot in 7th. Oh, Groot's gone for a little bit of a shaky one there. He's picked up a bit of damage. He's got his hazards on. Is he done? He hasn't crossed the line. We haven't got to the 2-hour mark yet. No, hazards are off. It's all right. I was just getting excited. No, we're not. It's still on. And so Groot there, but he's safe. He's safe from Corey. I don't think Corey's going to catch him up. Corey, he's got to watch that fuel as he gets Noir come past him. Look like Noir. Yeah, Noir lapping up to 7th place, which isn't bad when you're in 5th. And Noir, though, really struggling to get that 4th place. He's been fighting it all race. He's not quite. He's just fallen short by a little second or two. Kevin in a solid 6th place with Groot 7th. Corey coming home in 8th. We've only got a minute left on the clock. This is it soon. It will be over for all of these guys and some of them. Oh, 55.7 for Noxie. There you go. There you go. He had it. He had it. It was there all along. And Waterskin in 10th. But he's carrying a bit of damage there. And maybe now a bit more emotional damage after that race. So Haza crosses the line with only seconds left. And Floris looks like he's going to get across the line as well before the timer runs out. And they will get themselves a nice little extra lap to enjoy come the end of the race. I mean, he's cutting it tight, is Floris. It's still 25 seconds, but still get there. And he goes up to the line. I'm not sure if Nibbles is going to get it. Let's see, possibly will. 8 seconds. Yeah, there's still 10 seconds to go on the clock. And there he is. Nibless over the line to start the final lap. Joker, his fuel's low. And the timer's run out, so I think he's going to get the checker flag. And he's our first finisher of the day for the AequepaX Racing team. It's Joker. Well done. As Group finishes in 7th, exactly the same time. Brilliant stuff from the AXR boys. Noah Anteras, that 4th place was just there in his fingertips, but he couldn't quite get it. It's like someone said, it's hard to overtake here, but he gave it his all to get that 4th spot, but didn't quite get there in the end. Group got the line for 7th. Corey's not finished yet. Waterskin has. They're all over the place. I don't want to miss the leader going across the line. He's not there yet. Oh my God, who's the closest? People are crossing now. What are you doing, you loon? Not him. Where are they all? Oh, Noxie's crossed, sorry. Someone's ahead of Corey, and I don't know who it is. There you go. And Noah Anteras not quite getting that 4th in the end. Corey next in 8th place, sorry. Then Kevin, I'm sure, is going to be... No, there's someone ahead of Kevin. Who's ahead of Kevin? Who the bloody hell's ahead of Kevin? It's Haza. Oh, for God's sakes. So Haza then gets the win today in the Mazda for Trailbreaking Racing, guys. Great stuff. There's Kevin coming home in 6th in the Subaru. Beautiful, guys. And Floris today, huge points for Sidemax. They will be happy about that. I'm not sure there was anything Floris could do about Haza today. The Mazda was just immense. And it seemed like it gained all its time in the pit stops, in all fairness. And right near the end of the day, Floris bouncing all over the place. And I'll give that lag a 9 out of 10, while Nibless comes home in a podium position. Take a boo, my son. Thank you very much, guys. Great racing by all. A quick run through then. Haza with the win. Floris with 2nd place. Night Nibbles is 3rd. Joker came home in 4th. Noir Anteras so close to 4th, but in the end it's 5th. And Kevin there in 6th, with Group coming home in 7th. He had some mission issues with damage. And Corey with the long stint didn't quite pay off for him, got 8th in the end. Noxie with a lot of damage during the race. Another quick lap at the end there of 55.4 for Noxie. It came together at the end there for him, but he needed that at the beginning of the race. 10th for Waterskin, and we lost Digital Blast for me, who lagged right out the game and got an 11 out of 10 for lag. Beautiful stuff. Right, I want to hang around because I want to see Haza do it, shake his stuff. But I am meant to get out of the room pretty quick so others can come in the chat. Then I've got a lot of people who've been chatting while I haven't been paying attention. Cold Waters saying, congratulations to all the pilots in today's AXR race. Well done. What a race. Thanks for the excellent commentary. Entertaining from all involved. Oh, I didn't see his butt. It was quick though, wasn't it? No, there it is. Hey, shake it, baby. Shake it. Yeah. Come a little closer. I got $1 here. I got £1 note. I can just slip in your racing suit, you sexy Haza. You. Right, I'll finish with these chats whilst we look at Haza doing his thing. Commentary, entertaining from all involved, great stuff. Wow, says Cold Waters off, thank you very much. Dane saying, good luck, Watters, in your stint, buddy. Cold saying, looking forward to stint 2, thank you. And he also says, I'm not racing, Dane. And Dane saying, love the commentator compared to the next one. Touching bells, Long Johnsons, and much more. Much more has kept me laughing. Oh, bless you, thank you. Cold saying, great drive for Corey. It was. And Mike saying, well done, Corey. Cole saying, Noir, Kevin, Waterskin, well done. Bandit saying, good race, Noxie. Noxie saying, well, that was hard work. It looked like hard work, man. You did a great job. Mind August saying, great job, Rob and Xavier. And Cold saying, ha ha ha, 11 out of 10 for lag. Right then, I've got to get out of here because they need the room. Oh, look, it's only 4 people. It's not exactly like I'm taking up a lot of space here. Eek. So Jerry Bear is your man next, and he's already in. So the second stream might already be up. Let me double check that for you, my little lovies. Hey, let me just check to see if the second stream's up. Then I'll say my goodbyes, and I'll leave you to get on with the other stream. It's not right. It's still me. Hang on. It's still me at the moment, but yeah, he's not going to be far off. He's in the room. He's getting himself all chilled out. He's getting himself comfortable, probably getting a coffee. And I've got to leave because I'm probably taking up someone else's space. So that was a delicious, great, and cracking all at once. All right, then I'll get out because they're all joining now. So don't forget to keep an eye out for that Stint 2, and you can watch that all over again. It was great stuff. I was your commentator and your broadcaster, Toby Larone. Thank you for joining us here at the AequepaX Racing, where all the aliens of the realm gather to do battle. And today, Haza was the strongest, the fastest, and the hardest. Beautiful stuff. Great for you guys in the chat. Thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for keeping me entertained. Driver of the race for me, it might be Nibless. Nibbles, possibly, I'm not sure. But Haza, he was unstoppable. Noir did a great job. Oh, come on. It's hard to call. Everyone had a good race. Everyone had a good I liked Corey because I like Corey's, I guess. So I'll give it to Corey because I can't get enough Corey in my life. So, yeah. All right, then. I've said who I am. Toby Larone. Thank you for joining us here at the AXR Racing channel. Do they have a name? Is their channel? Yeah, it's AequepaX Racing. It's not like AequepaX Racing TV or anything like that. I just wondered. They've still not got that second stream up yet. Come on, Jerry Bear, you little sex monger, you. Where's your little shake your stream at us? I want to see your stream, baby. All right, then. Yeah, thanks, guys, for joining us. It's been absolutely grand. And I don't know when the next race is. I don't think I'm covering it. I think Le Mans, he's getting the other boys, the proper boys in. There's no good for this sort of inane banter for Le Mans. Things get serious at Le Mans. So at Le Mans, you're getting proper commentators for Le Mans. Okay. I'll see you all later. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much. Peace and love. Peace and love, y'all. With an interesting fact, concept car commemorates the Olympics. Cheers, guys. Bye.